Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 7th of October. This week begins with the Sun, Venus and Mars all in the sign of Libra, which is very much to do with relating. But late last week there was a rather stern quarter moon and the energy of Saturn still spills into this week. This is asking us to take our relationships really seriously. But with Mars and Uranus in a tense quincunx, it's possible we could encounter someone who wants to push to get their way, even if it's not right for us. But from Wednesday, Venus makes its way to join with Mercury into the deep and passionate sign of Scorpio. This can be a trigger of an improvement around shared finances, or perhaps a more sensual dimension to a close relationship. If you meet someone new in the second half of this week, and this person has got kind of mesmeric, quite intense personality, you could find yourself really fascinated. But equally, Venus going opposite Uranus can pull people apart in a tie which is not working quite so well. Which brings us to the full moon, which occurs on Sunday in the sign of Aries. So if there is any kind of chink in a close alliance, it's likely to be revealed at this time. Now, this is partly because Pluto is going to be squaring up to this particular full moon, which will bring the power dynamic back into play that was influenced by that quarter moon. But fortunately, the Sun is forging a gorgeous angle to Jupiter, and Jupiter actually forges a semi-sextile to Pluto for the whole of this week. So all of this is saying that we need to be as open-minded as possible about our resources, financial situations, our relationships, but also in terms of exchanging our views. So if there is something that does need to be brought out into the light on the back of this particular full moon, if we can make sure that we're listening carefully, there's much greater chance to improve things or perhaps meet someone who can be very special indeed. Your specific forecast, Pisces, sees the Sun, Venus and Mars in a very deep and passionate part of your scope as this week starts off. With Mars in particular, you could, in its connection with Uranus, have some kind of connection or conversation with someone that's highly charged but really gets your pulse racing. But it's going to be important to try to understand where each of you is coming from. And with Mercury, the planet of communication, in the part of your scope to do with exploration and higher ideals, then just talk it through. It could be great fun to have this kind of stimulating conversation. With Venus moving into Scorpio midweek, your desire to get to the truth of what a key relationship about is also going to be enhanced. When Venus goes opposite Uranus, as it does in the second half of this week, it can work in a kind of split way. It can either create an attraction to someone on a sudden basis or a desire to be apart from someone we ordinarily get on okay with. But also, perhaps it can be a call to try to create greater excitement in a tie which has been going on for some time. So if you are tempted to make an absolute decision, then just slow things down. The full moon, which occurs on Sunday, is going to see you thinking about finance. But with the Sun forging a brilliant angle to Jupiter, there could be some kind of breakthrough around your professional situation or work as this week draws to a close. Yet with Pluto in a right angle to the Sun and the full moon, it's just cautioning you to make sure that if you do go for some kind of opportunity financially, it does feel comfortable with you at a more spiritual level. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you'd like to know what 2020 holds for you, you can order your forecast based on your time, date and place of birth by clicking the link beneath this video. You can also get the rest of this year 3 and 30% off. But for now, good luck and goodbye.